The truth about dating apps that no one wants to admit is that dating apps are one of the best inventions in modern times to bring men and women together so that they can date and form a relationship. And most people who hate dating apps are bitter or angry because they don't understand how to use dating apps well. It's all about intentions. Can people use dating apps to hook up and sleep around? Yes. But can people use dating apps to filter, vet, and find someone that's good for them? Absolutely. And that is what I'm going to break down in this video. I'm going to share this post that I found on Twitter the other day, which went a little bit viral, just under 1 million views. And this topic was being discussed online about dating apps. So we're going to read through this first, and then I'm going to break down my thoughts on pros and cons about dating apps. Because personally, they have worked for me. I met the woman of my dreams online using a dating app, and a lot of my clients have succeeded in finding good women doing this as well. And I'm going to break that down throughout this video and give you more information that will help you in your love life. So without further ado, let's read through the post and get right into it. So this Twitter account wrote saying how dating apps are the best dating related invention in history, and people who hate them are usually just coping because they're unsuccessful in dating. Very true statement. And a lot of people like to blame dating apps, right? It makes people selfish or shallow, it's ruined dating, it's exacerbated or made the hookup culture worse, which you could use that as an argument. But hookup culture in America, as he wrote here, took off in the 70s. Had nothing to do with dating apps, which didn't exist for another 40 years. You mean even in the Western world, like Europe as well, didn't come about till later. But hookup culture, as he claims, has been declining in the past 2 decades, especially in the last 5 years. I've noticed a shift with younger men that I coach and teach. At least in the last couple of years, hookup culture has dwindled more. I think that degeneracy has kind of hit like a wall, and young people are just looking around thinking there has to be a different way. So there's truth in that statement. He also writes that dating apps allow you to transcend any and all social barriers, socioeconomic or cultural differences, and date anyone easily. It allows you to date someone you know already has some baseline level of interest in you because they matched you. Fair enough. It allows you to access a way better and wider pool of potential candidates than only dating based on physical proximity. I mean, you think how most people live. You go to work, or if you're a student, you go to college, university for the younger guys, and you're limited to the people that you see or that you interact with maybe in your day-to-day. Maybe if you go to the gym, or you drive, or you take public transport, or you walk somewhere. I mean, everything digitalized. Most people are just glued on their phones, or they're just away, they're less social than they used to be. And if you factor those details in, given the fact some people aren't social, how are you ever going to meet someone? Right? Very limited pool. And you think back 400-500 years ago, I mean, just under 100 years, if you lived in a small village, which could have anywhere from 300 to 200 people, very, very tiny, there's a very small limited pool of options for you to vet and find to commit to. With dating apps, you can widen your reach. Are there trade-offs and pitfalls and ways to exploit them or use in self-destructive ways? Absolutely. He said, just like with any technology. He says, in my social circle, I know dozens of people who got married from dating apps, including multiple cases of virgins waiting until marriage. I've seen this with clients that I've coached over the years too. He says the idea that dating apps is all whores and F-boys is simply not true. I would go to also add to that it's a projection for a lot of people who don't succeed with it. If we had to navigate the modern digital world without dating apps, the loneliness epidemic would be much, much worse than it already is. I agree. Personally, I feel people who refuse to use dating apps are playing a much more dangerous game in risking lifetime loneliness or choice between a very limited range of potential partners. Very, very interesting post, and I do agree with most of what he's saying here. You know, a lot of guys are like, yeah, bro, I'm going to approach women, and it's like, sure, you can do that, but if that's not succeeding or you've done enough volume, I would recommend doing both. Have a social life, approach women that are your type that you find beautiful, but also I would have an optimized dating profile as well, or you're missing out. Do both. And obviously, because today's video is about dating apps, this is what we're going to get into. Um, and just to mention, before we get into the pros and cons here, I just want to mention, if you go into my school community, which by the way, it's now free to join, I'd love to see you in. If you head over to the classroom section, I have a course called Online Dating Mastery, where I go in step by step how to use online dating. I take you through my formula, what I did, how to set up your dating profile on whichever app you use well, if you're a guy who's serious about finding a good woman to commit to, right? How to use the dating apps to actually message a woman, how to vet her, how to set up your dates, and then lead it from there to a courtship and relationship, right? If you want to go through that, it's in the community, link down below. And I also have a video on the YouTube channel where I talk about online dating as well, how to find a good woman with it. I'll leave it in the description too. Or it'll pop up at the end of the video. So with that said, let's go through the pros and cons. So I'm going to fast start with the pros, right? Start with some good news. If you use dating apps properly, at least the way I teach, number one, you save time and energy. Because you match with a girl and you can get on 2-3 phone calls before even meeting her. You can ask all the right questions and filter out any woman that's incompatible, saving yourself weeks or months of wasted dates. Because most dating coaches, what do they tell you? Play all these weird games, get the girl's number, get off the phone, don't talk to her, just let it build this mystery. For what? To waste a week thinking about each other, showing up on a date, having a conversation, finding out you're not even aligned. But the pros is, if you call, you both vet and you gain clarity. There's no need to drive across town, transport, spending money, or just, getting all your emotions hyped up to go and find out that, oh, she's not for me. When you can have 2-3 phone calls from the comfort of your home, or maybe even one phone call, and disqualify her or qualify her. Pretty cool. The second pro is you avoid getting catfished or misled. I mean, a quick video call reveals what a person looks like, their mannerisms, their tone, their energy, something a phone, photos, or a texting can't. And if she denies you a video call, then there's your answer, she's a catfish. So it can save you from awkward or deceptive situations before they ever happen. Because if you match with a girl, you get her number, you text, set up a date, you're trying to be this mysterious alpha male. What if she's dumb? What if she's really low IQ or you have very different values? Why waste your time? Which is already a limited resource, right? The third pro is you attract better quality women. I mean, a woman who's willing to have a proper conversation or video call before meeting shows she's serious. She's safety conscious and selective. But a woman who rushes straight to a date without vetting you, we don't need to go on a call. I don't need to get to know you. Let's just meet up. That sounds like the type of woman who's more so willing to hook up, more so willing to sleep around. That's a woman who's not concerned with her safety. And just by her actions alone, without having to even take her on a date, just her saying that to you tells you this woman's not serious about dating to marry, commitment. She's obviously not a woman who values herself or her safety. I mean, would any of you raise your daughter to go out with a random guy on a dating app she hasn't even spoken to? Probably not, right? Think if you have a sister, would you want that for her? No. So why would you do that to the woman of your dreams? Sorry, why would the woman of your dreams not have that standard, right? She should. Shouldn't she want to protect herself? So even from a woman's angle, if she's serious, from a woman's perspective, it's a great way for her to protect herself from bad men. She gets to call you, get to know you, ask you quality questions, and there's a level of safety. Video called him, okay, I'm probably not going to get dismembered if I go on a date with this guy. It just increases the odds of safety. So it makes the woman feel safer for that first date. I mean, think. So if she rushes to a date without vetting, it's a red flag. Poor boundaries and impulsiveness on her end. The fourth pro is you both vet each other first. Kind of repeating myself a bit here, but it's true. A good woman will want to know who you are before meeting you. She wants to protect herself because she values safety and discernment. If you've ever used a dating app and you've matched with a girl, you get her on a call, maybe you did chat with her, and she's not asking anything about you, that girl's not serious about you. But if she's adamant about meeting you, she's definitely lusting after you. That can signal chemistry, strong attraction, but you want a girl that's also compatible. You need both. A girl who's serious is going to want to protect her heart by asking you questions to disqualify you. This is how intelligent women with esteem test a man. Ask him a question, see what he says, see do his words and actions align. She doesn't need to play games to test you. Okay? If she's insecure, right? Maybe she does. So by you going on a call, you both get to build mutual trust and excitement before the first date. That's what I would do with my girl. I mean, we went on quite a few calls before. And it was like going onto that first date was like, I'm calm going into this. So was she. It was very peaceful. It was amazing. You're also excited and happy because, wow, this is someone I've been speaking to and everything's aligned. Fantastic. But it's much more peaceful. Highly recommend it. And when you finally meet, there's already chemistry and a foundation of compatibility. Fantastic. Number 5 is, as a pro, it's low effort and high leverage. After a long work day, you can be at home, relaxed, and having a meaningful call instead of forcing yourself to go out with a girl you haven't even spoken to properly. It's efficient, safe, and keeps dating aligned with your lifestyle and goals. Number 6, you can meet women you'd never encounter otherwise. Because dating apps expand your reach by you meeting a woman that aligns with your values, but isn't in your immediate environment. For example, if you live in a very small area where there's not a lot of people in your age range, and you stay there, you're always going to be stuck if you just approach. But if you set your range on a dating app to the next town, 30 minutes away, 1 hour away, 2 hours away, or maybe further away, if you have the transport for it, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever, right? Some people want to do that, like a mid-distance range. You might match with a girl who's slightly further away. I know with me and my girl, when we matched, it was like 2 to 2.5 hours away in like driving distance, and we've been together ever since. So that was a really good choice. If I kept it really small to my town, I wouldn't have met her, and vice versa. So sometimes that extra reach you can on the dating app is a fantastic opportunity, which you just can't do that if you just approach. And last but not least, the final pro, if you use dating apps properly to actually vet a woman, get her on a call, what's your body count, what's your past, how long have you been single, what are you looking for in a man, tell me about your mother and father, tell me about your girlfriends, what are your thoughts on marriage and children, what are you looking for in a man, what have you done to prepare yourself to be a wife and a mother. Like, you can really go deep and ask her these basic questions. How long have you been single for? Tell me about your past. I want to understand you, and just see how she answers you. Right? What are your thoughts on gender roles or feminism? See how, where she's at. Belief systems, lifestyle. What does she value? Right? When you lead this interaction from how you message to setting up a call to arranging a date, it's masculine. It allows you to practice true leadership. I mean, very intentional with a woman from the start, which, it's the man sets the tone. I know when I did this with my girl, she was like, wow, I've never seen a guy do this. I'm really impressed. And obviously she vetted me just as hard. She wanted to know everything about me. Very strong, very, very good morals. Very happy she was like that, So this is tried and tested, and it works. And it's like, you sharpen your standards, because if you just disqualify women, guys, hey, you didn't spend money on a date. You didn't have to waste a week or weeks hyping yourself up, curious about seeing her. 1 or 2 phone calls and that's it. Gone. Next. You're saving yourself time, but you're strengthening your standards. You're reaffirming that, these values you have to vet women and disqualify the bad ones. You truly mean it, because you're living it out by putting it into practice. So it's effective and keeps you moving forward. And the cons, if you use dating apps poorly, which is what most people do, just endless swiping with no direction. If you're swiping on girls that aren't even your type, or you're just lusting, you don't even know what you want, you're just lonely, or you're trying to get over an ex or something, most men fall into the swipe, hope and cope. You're just chasing attention instead of connection. You're treating dating apps like entertainment. Whoever will give me a chance, which isn't healthy. Number 2 is emotional burnout. If you don't know what your type is, if you're not serious about what you're looking for in a woman, you're just wasting your time. You're going to be messaging multiple women. I like this one. Oh, I like that one more. You don't really set any standards. You're talking to her, then this one, and you're not going to be vetting properly. You're all over the place. And this leads to, conversations that just become cold and they die out, getting blocked, or you just kind of like wasting your time, or you just lusting, and it just drains your energy. And this is why a lot of people get cynical, disappointed, or jaded on dating apps because, oh, it doesn't work. No, the way you're using it is why it doesn't work. And it's like people who, it's like the problem isn't dating apps, it's the people that are using them. It's like if you have a gym membership but you never go, and then you complain that you're still skinny or fat, like, come on, man. It's how you use it. Okay? But it can lead to emotional burnout if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I created that course I mentioned earlier in my community. Number three is if you don't use dating apps righteously, it leads to a false sense of abundance. It can feel like you have endless options, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll attract quantity, not quality. And the reality is no one has endless options. And it's like you don't even want options. You just want one good woman that's your type, and that's it. And you go through the nose till you get to that one yes. So you have to filter, be selective. 4. I mean, what most guys do is they don't vet, so dating apps lead to chaos. Meeting a woman out of lust, skipping phone or video calls so you're not vetting, you're getting catfished, you're ignoring red flags, and then it wastes your time. 3-6 months down the road you get burnt because the red flags you ignore at the beginning become deal breakers in the end, as I always say. Or you get entangled with a woman you should have never been with. She could even be quite dangerous if she's, high in the narcissistic spectrum and she like screws you over big time. It's just a waste of your time. Number 5 is some guys who are maybe more socially awkward, they will just over rely on the app, and that's a problem. But dating apps are a bridge, not the foundation. The whole point is you get the dating app, you get her number, you get off the dating app, you call, you vet, you establish a bridge. Okay, we're on the same wavelength here, we're compatible, I don't really see any red flags. Cool, I'd love to get to know you when you're free. And she will want to go on a date with you if everything's aligned. And then you take it from there. That's the goal. What starts as online must become real life. Okay, the goal is to take things offline as soon as the right connection is established. Not to live online chasing little validation like, oh, I got a match. Wow, this woman found me really handsome. And it's like, you don't want to be stuck in that mindset. And last but not least, the biggest con of dating apps is that most guys just have bad profiles. That's why you get bad results. I mean, if you're like 20% body fat and you're fat, and you're taking these awkward pictures with the triple chin, or you don't look your best, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the first thing woman is going to judge is your looks on it in 3 seconds. Your face. And you guys are putting out pictures with your fucking grandma, your mummy, or like a friend's baby to show that you're, and then it's like, what is she going to think? Is he a single dad? Is he got mummy issues? I recommend, talk about it in the course that I mentioned, is pictures of yourself. Just you, full body, smiling, either doing an activity to show that you're fun, or with a pet or an animal to show that you are caring and you're involved. And you can show some love. That's really it. That's what I did. That's what worked for me. It's what worked for my clients. Because it does. The mindset of a traditional Christian woman, a girl who's traditional, a girl who's feminine, a girl who dates to marry, she's going to look at those things. If you want to post a shirtless pic and show off and post a picture of you at the club with your guy friends, you're going to attract trash. If you want to show off your car, you're going to attract gold diggers. If you have a picture where you look terrible, terrible angles, or you don't look your best, oh, I'm not getting any matches, then you're not that good looking. And you need to fix your health. Drop down to the right body fat percentage, fix your skin, your smile, a haircut, dress well, dress maturely. Don't put anything weird or creepy in your bio. Okay? And present yourself looking your best in a way that's natural and genuine. No catfishing, no faking. And work with what the Lord gave you, but come on now, like, be genuine, but also take care of yourself. Look your best. Look handsome, look attractive. Within reason. And it's like a lot of guys, you're unkempt, you have a beard that's all scraggly, or you don't look your best. And you're putting that on a dating app, and you're like, oh, I'm not getting any matches. It's like, come on, man. Okay, obviously it goes without saying, the more attractive you look, the more matches you're statistically going to get, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Because just because different girls are matching with you doesn't necessarily mean anything. You still need to vet them. You still need to figure out, are they genuine or are they catfishing? There's all these variables to consider. But a lazy bio with trashy photos or unclear intentions, it's going to repel the kind of woman you want. So most men, I think, don't know how to present themselves properly, let alone communicate to a woman that they desire, which is exactly what I teach in my online dating mastery course. There's a reason for me in this specific course where I go through the messaging formula, everything. Because sometimes, guys, you can have a really good profile, you look really handsome, and you start texting the girl and you're needy, you're insecure, you have no emotional intelligence, and what started out as her thinking, oh, he's so handsome, it's you talk, you text, or you get her on a phone call and you say dumb things, you turn her off, she loses interest, or she's creeped out by you. And then guys are upset, oh, dating apps don't work. It's like, no, first assess your own actions to see whether you're going wrong. So the online dating mastery course, which is inside the community is free. Take a look. I think it'll be of value to you guys. And really, these are my thoughts. These are the pros, and these are the cons. Don't blame dating apps for not working for you. Blame yourself for not knowing how to utilize them properly. It worked for me. I met the woman of my dreams on it, and I teach other men how to optimize their dating app profiles as well, because I think it's a fantastic way to meet someone. If you know how to vet them and how to set everything up, I think it's fantastic. And yeah, and the reason why it worked with me, it wasn't luck. It's because I have a formula. I know what I want in a woman. I know how to vet. I know how to lead and how to build something from the very start. And I can teach you exactly how to do the same. And my final words I'll leave you would be this, guys. When it comes to dating apps, if they weren't there, I think this loneliness epidemic would be much worse. And for a lot of people, can be a great entry point for you to meet a woman. And if you refuse to use dating apps out of pride or bitterness, you're not a principled guy. You're just afraid of rejection, or you fear the unknown. And you're limiting yourself to a smaller, less compatible pool of women in a world that's already struggling with connection. So I think if you really optimize dating apps, it can be good for you. Don't misuse them. Don't be selfish. Don't go out there to hook up, which some people do use dating apps for that. Some women you might match with, they come out of a long-term relationship, or they're cheating on their husband or whatever. It's sad. Men do those things too, right? But you vet and you filter. So dating apps are not the enemy. The misuse of it is. But if you want to learn the full process and stop wasting time in the digital world, join my community for free. Go through the online dating mastery course and start learning. And those are my thoughts on dating apps. If you found value in this video, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the community, and let me know what else, other topics you'd like me to make. I'll see you all in the next one.